So back again, isolation, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, on board, your board. So I thought I'd do another video. Had some guys asking after the last one if I could do start to finish of using the microwaves. So I'm going to do a newish colour. I'm going to use the FFSLures 2" and 3". So let's get it done. So first things first, obviously I've got the extractor fans on, I've got my gloves set up if I need to, I've got the rest plater there. Right, so first thing, give it a shake. Right, so I'm going to run a 2" and a 3". So for this one I'm going to run out 150ml of plasticell. And if you watch the last one, you need to basically get all the air out, but because I'm just shaking it, I put a load of air in it. So that's where a good degassing chamber comes in, so you should be able to hear that going off now. And we just wait for that to reach the vacuum and then go from there. So again, like I did yesterday, if you've got any questions, if you've got anything you need to know about the baits, about the lures, what I'm doing, fire them away, more than happy. But I will get distracted, so bear that in mind, of course. The colour. Oh, what colour are we going to do? I'm going to do a smoke, because I think all good natural swim baits look awesome natural. Smoke colour being it. For those that make their own lures, getting the balance right of the amount of colour is really important. Black is really strong as a colour, so if you use the droppers that the bottles come with, you're going to add too much, especially with black. So what I do is a tip, I'm not going to give them all away, but I use little tiny micro droppers, okay, micro needle nose bottles. So one drop of that, you can't measure it in the garage as a drop. Right, so that's all the bubbles done. I'm using 800-watt microwave, so for 100ml, you put it on for 2 minutes, give it a stir, and then I'll give it 30 seconds, but everyone's different, every microwave is different. Just got to see how it goes from there. Plastic needs to get to 350 degrees. If it doesn't, it won't set up, and that's where you get really soft or sticky lures, and that's no good. But you don't want to shoot at that high temperature, because then you end up getting some dents in your baits. So you want to get it up to temperature, let it come down a bit, but by the time you've added your flake and your colorant, you should be getting down to about 320 degrees. Oh, colours. So a lot of people was asking what different colours look like. Okay, so this is Firefly. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's the colour changing. So 1 minute it's orange, and then in a different light you can see it coming through that translucent pink. That's all I can see right now is translucent, because I've got it up against the window. Maybe we can change that for you. There you go. So that's Firefly. It's awesome colour. It does bleed, so all the guys asking about storage, anything that's a changeable colour on the website will bleed, so you need to keep them separate from other colours. I generally keep all my lures the same. So this is my own personal pack, FFS, green pumpkin and watermelon, so same colours, similar, go together, not a drama. I keep the bubble gum separate, and if I have any white, keep that separate as well. But there you have your black and blue. You've got some pumpkin seed down the bottom, and my favourite June bug at the top. Right, microwave's just kicked off. Quick stir up. Another 30 seconds. It's 150 ml, so I'll do 30. Give it a stir. Give it another 30. Right, just checking messages as well. So, Chris, good to see you, mate. Adam, good to see you. Who else is on? Rob, how you doing? How's that brother of yours? Oh, just had a request for some flukes as well, so I might as well do them while I'm live. So I'll just reply. Ignore the hair. Okay, so I'll do this and then we do that order. It's good, it's going to be motor oil. Awesome. Okay, another 30. It might take a bit more, we'll see. I can do that colour, that's awesome. Just had another message come through. Okay. Right, so on the bottom of the Pyrex, the plastic, you're going to get a little bit of resin. So looks powdery, looks a bit white down there. I'll give it another stir once we get in. Right, so I've already shaken this up. That's it. Just 6 drops, micro drops of black to get that. And that takes you to this colour. Looks a bit grey, but as it gets in the bait, it's not as concentrated, so you see in a second. Okay, any clear bait, I really like to have black. Black gives it depth, so I like to use a 0.4mm black and 1mm black, and it's just, what's that, 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/16 of a teaspoon of each. For this one, I'm going to add a little bit of gold, so gold 0.4. Not too much, just want it as an accent. Give that a wipe off, you don't want to contaminate your other colours. And then I'm going to add some blue as well. Again, not too much, it's just to give that hint of colour. I'm going to put the glove on because at this point I'm going to start pouring. Now I've got my 2 moulds already set up, they're cold, so I want them to be cold so that when the plastic goes in it starts to set up quickly. If you can't hear me, I apologise from over there, we'll have to see that. Quick check on the temperature, 320 degrees, pretty much perfect. When it comes to an injection, I like the big one. It's been in the toaster oven to keep this warm so it doesn't set up while it's in there. A lot of people will suck out of the jug. I don't. I've got into the habit now of pouring in. Just make sure it's pretty clean. And then this is a bit where I don't like the cheaper injectors because I almost smash myself in the face with it. Get it to the top, let it bubble over, and there we go. Pour in or inject in, nice steady, hold the pressure, 2 to 3 seconds, have a look, top it up. As the plastic gets cooler, it contracts. So you need to make sure that your sprue's topped up, otherwise you're going to get either misformed baits or air in it, or just needs topping up. That's all it is. Okay. So that's the colour that we got, but it might look different on the bait, so let's have a look. Yeah, give it another couple of seconds. Chris, how you doing, mate? Dan, if you don't put a hook in them, they all float. Jason, yeah, that's what's keeping me going at the moment. Got no fishing, but it's giving me a good chance to get some stock up. So something else that I did today was my new curing rack. There we go. So that's up and running. It's a nicer flow to the work area. Right, let's demould it. So these moulds, where they've got the tails, I'll get some plastic come out at the end. So this is the 3-inch finesse fry, and well, that's just going to work, isn't it? For those that haven't seen them, they are really supple. It's the plastic I use. It's going to cut the sprue. I'm in no rush, so these are just going to cure naturally. Leave them; they'll be ready to fish. They're ready to fish now, to be honest. But if I'm shipping out, I'll wait the day, or if I've got lots of orders or people are desperate, I'll super cure them. Let's have a look at the 2-inch. Okay, just clamp the mould shut. Use clamps. A lot of the moulds come with screws, so you can tighten them up, but when you're doing a lot of baits, it's just time consuming. Ooh, oh, they're nice. I'm keeping them. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm keeping them. There you go, there's a 2-inch. So for you guys that like a drop shot. There you go. Tiny, 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 tiny. Hey Jimmy, how you doing? Yeah man, you've got some... I can't believe you caught that Zander on one of them. What's... Ryan, always dude, always. Who else is in? Me hater, how you doing dude? Richard, good to see you. Right, so there we go. Obviously these aren't up on the website yet. Okay, this is a new colour. I was thinking about it last night. It's the kind of thing I do in this sort of day and age. It's getting old. Just drop me a message. If you drop me a message now and say you want some, I'll reheat that and I'll make yours live on. Okay, so just got a message through. Wanted some flukes in some motor oil with silver. Hey John, how you doing? Good to see you. So, same again. Motor oil, I'll have to go and get the colour. It's a motor oil silver. So, let's try and keep this as streamlined as possible. Bit of a shake. If you haven't got a degassing chamber, don't do this. Yeah, another 100ml. I'll do 20. If the guy who wants them wants to say who he is, yeah, feel free. And if you don't want 20, then there's 10 spare. So if you want them, drop me a message. Right, put that in the chamber. Right, I'm going to keep it tidy, put them back. Okay, good timing, that's done. Let the air out. Hey Joe, I don't do, I've got a 4-inch, but I don't do 5-inch baits. Really sticking to the finesse side of life. Biggest, yeah, 4 inches the biggest. But they're still quite big actually. They'll, let me get one out. Right, just so we're all men, no one has an idea what 4 inches looks like. So, there we go. 4-inch bait, bigger than I normally use. Okay, so So 100ml, 2 minutes. Next thing, because it's going to be motor oil, it needs a good shake. Jason Knight's extra soft, or the super soft that I use. If guys are wondering how tough it is, being super soft, let me, here's something I did earlier. Okay, so this is a 2-inch, right, it's still stretchy, okay. Still quite tough, it's good stuff. Mark Kelly, Lure Factors, that's where I get my plastics from, plastic sole from. It is good gear, it really is. Oh, unlike everyone, he wants 20, so we'll do the whole lot. Need the mould. How are we doing? Still got 50 seconds left. Okay, clearly here's one I made earlier. Okay, so this mould actually has 20 in it. So always check, because when guys want 10, I put a little block in there to stop, like that. So old baits, which I didn't like, goes in, you just do 10 at a time. Okay, so there's different types of motor oil. So this one I'm going to make is going to be more like the Capito or the Relax Capito motor oil. So it's going to be quite rich red, and then go to a green with the UV. Yeah, Luba, man. Give the 4-inch a try, see how it goes. Costs off the top of my head, please check the website. It goes out my head. I throw tennis balls for a living for dogs, and melt plastic, so my memory's not that great. Right, so that's that. That's the first 2 minutes done. 30 seconds left. That's had a good shake up. 100 mil. Yeah, let's give it just short. There you go, 0.8 of a mil. I like to use syringes so that when between batches, I can keep everything pretty much the same, so you don't get big fluctuations. It's a mistake I made in the early days. Counting drops is great, but sometimes one drop's bigger than the other. But using a syringe gets everything perfect each time. This ventilation system's awesome. Sorry if you can't hear me. The ventilation system is bang on. Sucks out those fumes really well. It's not nice stuff, you know, it really isn't. Okay, get some colour in there. Right, so you can see up the side of the glass, that's the colour it's going to go, and then inside is the colour when it gets held up to the light. So on these small baits, I don't like to go much above 0.4. I probably said that, I do repeat myself a lot. And for this one, because it's the only glitter going in, I'll probably give it 1/8 of a teaspoon or just under. Carried out to 340, so I'll just leave that there, which is good because I need to clean out the injector. Like the rest of all my hardware, injectors from over in the States, they've been doing this for a long time and know what they're doing. So just make sure, because I'm talking to you guys, that I don't mess this up. Because I've had that near miss, I don't get in the habit of looking over the injector at any time if I can help it. So it's always away. What happened was I had some cheap injectors when I first started, and the O-rings got stuck. So as I did this and pushed down, there's tension, there's pressure, and all of a sudden it gave, hit the ceiling, my face was sort of there to it. Just not good. So if you're going to get into this, I highly recommend getting as good as you can afford at the time. If it means saving up, I'd say save up, get the stuff sent over. There you go, top those off. Good news, I had the CNC guys get back to me today. My first bits and pieces are my cooling blocks, so I can whack these out at an amazing rate. And now that we've got that going, the new mould is going to come up. So, do I still have any about? Yeah. So between the last video and this one, I did some more copies on the resin printer. So there's the 4-inch. I think it's going to be awesome. But I do believe that the one I'm going to use the most is going to be the 2.5, or even the 2. When you look at the difference between the 2.5 and the 3, it's quite a lot of difference. You know, and then when you put the 3.5 on it, that's getting out of my comfort zone, I'm not going to lie to you. And then 4 inches, yeah, I'm probably not going to throw that myself. Right, so who we go now? Gary, nice to see you, mate. Lee, awesome to see you, mate. Richard, do you need to leave baits secure after making them, or are they good to go straight away? It depends, Richard. I let them cure. The bigger the bait, the longer you have to let it cure. If people are in a rush to get them, and I do it the same day, then I will super cure them. I'll put them in the fridge, let them hang in there for a few hours. Basically, my last post is 4:45. I try and make my baits first thing in the morning, as soon as I get up. Let them cure. By that time, it's all done. If it's your 5-inch swim baits, your open pores, your big 7-inch, if you look at your big line throughs that Savage Gear do, you know, I'm going to let them cure for 2 or 3 days before I even think about patching them. They're just going to hang, let the plastic set up. Something like this, if I was going out today, if I wanted to make baits now, do a 1 day, I'll get up early and make these. Man, I'm going to use them. It's not going to make any difference to me. The main thing is that they keep their shape when they're in the package to you guys. That's one of the biggest things. Alright, so there's motor oil. Hopefully you can see the colour change in it there. So Mr. Customer, if you're still watching, how's that for you? Let's have a look. Can we see how they're going to be? Oh, you've seen my garden a couple of times now. Definitely something I've got to do. Whilst in lockdown, we can do that. any more? Oh, blimey, look at that. Hey, look, yeah, I hope that the I'm getting more and more RAS guys get in touch. Carl Bird started on the RAS on the old Mark 1 FFS, which is quite a tough plastic in comparison to what I use now, because the additive you have to put into it, I won't say what it is horrible. It's horrible to work with, and it's you're basically adding something to the plastic, so it's gonna, you keep having to add softener, get the mechanics right, get the dosage right. But yeah, he took it apart. Unfortunately, RAS being RAS, they destroy a lot of lures. Not unfortunately for me, I'm quite happy with it. You got Joe, who's on Instagram as RAS Man. He's got some of my lures now. He's been plugging away with them. Good success too. So yeah. James, how you doing, dude? Oh, yeah. There you go then, Chris. I'm glad you're happy with them. I think that's awesome. Yeah, Chris Maxwell, motor oil. It's not one that I throw immediately, but Dan Golly, I mean the guys that I fish with, he loves his motor oil, especially with a bit of red flake in it. In fact, he's always asking me to make motor oil, and I keep forgetting. Sorry, dude. Jason, if you're watching, got yours made up. They're curing. John Townend, yours are made, and I'm not sure if it's actually someone's using their girlfriend's PayPal, maybe, but I've got another order in, and they're ready to go as well, so everything's going good. Just check. Yeah, Grant, how you doing, dude? Yeah, I think the 4-inch 3-line will be great. Bring it in across the top, bit of top water action. That's going to be flapping across the surface. I've designed these. They're slightly similar. If you know, you know. They're slightly similar to the Crazy Flapper, but what I've done, I've added extra bits here and here. I've made the paddles here where they're going to be flapping apart. These will be flapping up and down, and hopefully the way I've curved the middle ones, you can either take them apart or not. It's up to you guys. A bit like the beaver bug. So we'll see how that goes. You know, it's what it is. Jimmy, yeah, I thought you'd like the smaller ones. I'm the same man. The 2.5 and the 2-inch. I'm going to be throwing those all day long. Chris Stubbs, nice to see you, mate. Gary Thomas, good to see you. Have I missed any questions? Let's have a look. Yeah, Jason, yeah, it's great plastic. Peter James Mann, how you doing? Yeah, there we go. Can I do a redhead shad? Yes, but I hesitate because it's a lot of work. It's pouring the bait, it's pushing the bait through, it's then cutting that bait up. You may or may not get it to stick to each other. And the worst thing I want to happen is, I've had it before where customers told me that the old style baits where I used to shoot a half and then another half, they will delaminate. So if you saw those baits that I poured the other day, the top pours, in fact here they are. Anyone that does top pours and tries different colours, that's what can happen. In fact, that's a different size. that's what can happen with the silicone molds, because the silicone doesn't keep it hot. You want to keep the plastic really hot. The best technique is to use aluminium molds, get them on a hot plate, keep them up so that as you pour the next colour, it melds into each other. It just is what it is. It's called cold cracking. So the last thing I want to do, Grant, is send you some awesome looking fry, and then after a couple of days, or you trying them, or you bending them, they've been in the box, the heads fall off. So I try and avoid anything like that. Just is what it is. Justin Bill, how you doing? Really want you to catch another £5 Thames perch on one of my lures, and the angling times to get it right. For those that don't know, Justin had an awesome season last year. He was using my Mark 1 FFS. It's no secret, it was the white sparkle, so white and silver. Caught it, gave it exclusivity to one of the weeklies, and I was waiting. I went out and bought the article, not bought a weekly in absolutely years, expecting to be sold out of white sparkle. So I made 200 baits and I only had a 10 cavity mold. That took a long time, and then it came out and they called it a TRD. I was gutted. Not gonna lie to you, I was absolutely gutted. But that's what, a year and a half ago now. So let's get some more fives, get some fours, let's get some big old perch on the bait, on the bank. Lubo, if you go on to www.ffslures.com, go over to the Facebook page. If you press shop now, it'll take you over to the website. If you go www.ffslures.com, you've got options as well. So those of you guys that don't know, haven't been on there, you've bought your stuff from Lure Box, you just found this video, the custom lure builder. If you go on your menu, it will come up with your options, your sticks and worms, your shads and flukes, and your creatures. That's all your customs. So if you want me to make, well, let's show you. If you want me to make your baits like this, where you got pink on one side and firefly on the other, just build it yourself. Build it in the on the website. It'll come through to me, and I'll make them up. Stock lures, yeah, I'm getting my way through it. Anything that's out of stock will be soon. Yeah, bear with me. I'm just one guy in his garage doing what he does, trying to keep up with the demand. Cool. So on that, guys, if there's no more questions, I'll just check. I'm going to sign off because it's getting late. I've been there all day. I've just about done my juice. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay away from each other. I might say that again because it just went, you're not getting any connection. Stay safe. There. No, I won't. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.